Welcome to Unit 10 on writing partnerships and collaboration. This week we're going to be looking at a number of topics around this issue in terms of, with whom would be the most suitable partners to engage on collaborative research, what are ground rules that you should establish with your writing partners or potential partners in terms of delegating out responsibilities. Maybe your best bet, you're really good at getting people interested in your writing, and you're really good about, massaging that language for introductions or maybe even conclusions, whereas somebody else might be able to speak to research methods, findings, and things of that nature. So you could delegate it out that way. Other people might be more knowledgeable, more seasoned literacy researchers, for example, might have a better knowledge of the extant literature and the lit review, so they could basically write that in their sleep. It really just depends upon the task at hand. So, besides ground rules and delegating out responsibilities, another thing that you should firmly establish early on is the author order, even sometimes before you begin the writing process. So let's say it's your project and you're trying to invite other people on, and I would probably encourage you to try to maintain that first authorship since it's your project per se. But if you're bringing in other heavy hitters and sometimes their names positively influence the overall project, then sometimes those people will move further to the front of the line. Other times, it just depends on the task at hand. I think some people further in their career don't really need to be first or second author all the time, and they just want to help out other people. So those benevolent causes, I think, are a beautiful thing that does happen in academic research. Many of us do everything in between depending upon the particular project. I think another consideration you have to think about is when you're engaging in partnerships, not all of them are going to necessarily be productive. So, in terms of cutting your losses short, like in the stock market, let's say you're holding onto a stock and it starts going down, 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 much like a writing partnership where it's sort of headed in the wrong direction. At what point do you cut your losses short? When do you know when to hold them, when to fold them? And that sort of philosophy is something that you always have to be cognizant about and deeply thinking about. What is it that's going to not only ensure my research agenda is carried out, but also what is necessary to actually be able to impact the community through that research being disseminated to various forums. The writing partnerships you forge will sort of be in constant flux as you grow your networks, as you become more and more of a seasoned researcher in the field. As your name becomes known, people are going to want to partner with you. So you might not always have to be the lead on many of those projects, but I think early on in your career, in order to establish a name for yourself, you have to get in on other people's projects. You have to put yourself out there. You have to sort of put your resume in their hand and be ambitious and take on those independent, autonomous tasks to really show people that you mean business, that you're motivated, and that you care deeply about literacy, research, and instruction. So those are some tidbits of advice. When I started my career in academia, some other new folks and I started a new professors guild as a way to collaborate in order to defeat the monster of the tenure and review process. And so I'm still good friends with some of those folks that I befriended early on, and we wanted to write about that experience. So we wrote a paper about a new induction model for higher education induction. And so that new Professors Guild was a project that I really liked doing. It was a way for us to write about our experiences, but also to work and benefit from one another's knowledge base and what we learned along the way to get started in the field of academia. So I would encourage you to branch out, to see which partnerships work well, and then to refine those from there. I look forward to hearing more and learning with you this week as we tackle writing partnerships and collaboration. Take care.